Let's examine the personality type of a son who throws their father away as quickly as possible. Direct quote from Ryan Thomas. It's going to happen eventually. Might as well do it now. Boy, if that doesn't wake you up to the horror of other people being in charge of your life, your fate, your future, I don't know what will. I mean, Ryan Thomas came down to visit in Florida briefly enough to chalk up a list of things that he thought were evidence against his dad instead of looking for ways to help his dad. Now, this is a father who played basketball, football. I'm not talking about barely moving. I'm talking about legitimately playing basketball and football. Walking around on his own, getting dressed on his own, coming home, getting out his books to look at on his own, getting a beer out of the fridge, finding snacks, all on his own. And the only thing that his son can do is think, yeah, but you made some mistakes, so let's lock you up. All you have to do is put yourself in the shoes. Imagine your life in the hands of people who don't care about what's best for you and care about what's most convenient for them. And you start to realize how horrifying this entire process was. Mickey did nothing to try and help Dawn. I mean, she really didn't. She didn't look into dietary changes. She couldn't even be bothered to put up reminder signs around the house, guidelines, anything like that. Just the simplest gesture to try and assist someone whose memory was failing. You can't give someone who's having problems with their memory a little help with reminders. You know what Mickey did? Mickey would go to self-pity things. Oh, let's go to this meeting where women get together and talk about how hard it is to have husbands suffering from these things. That's what she did. She'll go to these groups or get books, and it's all about her, not about how to help him. Understand, one of the dumbest excuses that these people used was get him in there early and he'll get used to it, or he'll make friends. Remember, this is someone who has no short-term memory, which makes it impossible to become familiar with a new place or make new friends or develop a comfort level, since he will have no recollection of the day before. His form of comfort was being surrounded by things he was familiar with from long periods of time before, not recent history, distant history. The confusion level of this man, tricked, I repeat, tricked by his own family. They weren't even honest with him. They took advantage of the fact that his short-term memory was slipping and used it as a way to take him somewhere under false premises and then leave him. This is why he tried to climb the walls to escape. This is why he never unpacked his bags. This is why when I came to visit, he ran to me and grabbed hold of me and asked me to get him out of there. This is what you people did to a man who was strong his entire life and finally needed a little bit of help and compassion. So let's look at Ryan's background. Yeah. Insecure, very. Cowardly, very. And a person who bailed on his family immediately. Like, I didn't even really have a big brother. I always wanted one, and therefore I tended to be overly forgiving of Ryan. So he was gone by 3rd grade. The first woman that would give him the time of day, he clinged onto. And whatever she said went. And therefore his family went by. Not mature enough to try and balance the two things. Of course, I was too young to have any idea what the hell was happening. Just that something bad was happening. We didn't see him anymore. What was this guy willing to do, though? Well, he was willing to hang out with the woman who murdered Roy Thomas. We all know that Nellie murdered Roy Thomas. We all know it. But Nellie Thomas, Nellie Kleeman, paid Ryan's way through med school. So, bend the knee, Ryan. Bend your MAGA knee like the coward you are. Betray your own family. Betray the truth. Betray reality. Money rules all in his world. It's very fitting that he works in the corrupt, for-profit healthcare industry of the United States. About the last time I communicated with him, he was laughing about how he makes $800 an hour to sleep at the VA hospital. I heard stories about the perks from pharmaceutical companies if he would push their medications. Yeah, it's all real. Straight out of his mouth. So, yeah. Can't really be a shock that someone with zero integrity would throw their father away. Gonna happen eventually. Might as well do it now. What a good guy. How inspiring. I agree. It is gonna happen eventually. Let's lock Ryan up right now. Let's lock Ryan up right now. Put Hillary in there with them. They can keep each other company. The only thing those two did when they came down was form plans against their own father. Now, is that better or worse than the rest of you? Because the rest of you just chimed in from afar or didn't chime in at all. Couldn't even be bothered to come visit this person that you supposedly loved or cared about, or that there was supposedly a big issue that needed to be dealt with. It's very convenient for your personality types to pretend that you know what's going on while making sure that you don't know a goddamn thing. But yeah, weigh in on the issue with authority. Weigh in on what you don't know a goddamn thing about because it's convenient for you. Nellie got rid of Roy because he was inconvenient. Mickey got rid of Don because he was inconvenient. And you all jumped on that bandwagon. Would Dawn have had to go to a special care unit at some point? Yeah, probably. So every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year of his life that didn't have to be spent in fear, confusion, sadness, and loneliness doesn't matter. You wait until the last fucking second to treat someone you care about that poorly. You don't do it as quickly as you fucking can.